This morning, our very special guest, Bryan Smith, is the Executive Director of Lebanon County Christian Ministries. Good morning, Bryan.
Good morning.
You look great. You're really representing here. You got a hoodie, the hat. It looks awesome. Yeah, anybody you want to say hi to this morning?
I'd like to say hi to our team of staff that are just killing it every day, doing the hard, dirty work.
Tell us what you guys do.
Yeah, so Lebanon County Christian Ministries, we are a ministry in Lebanon City, cover all of Lebanon County for some of our programming, food, shelter, and then we say connections to promote well-being and a healthy community as part of our mission, which is really some of our life change programs, some utility assistance, really addressing social determinants of health that are existing in our community, resources that individuals find themselves needing.
I remember when you were here last time, you were talking about your market, and you guys really put an emphasis on the words that you use to minister to those in your area. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that has been a real big focus, is that we're creating a space that's providing a lot of dignity, that's comfortable, welcoming. Like we tell our volunteers, you have two jobs. One is to love everybody that comes in the door, and the other one is to keep them moving, because we're serving about 150 households in 3 hours.
Wow.
So, that's a respectful, hey, we love you, but pick your protein. We need to keep serving folks. And that's really led us to kind of next steps with the market. So, right, it's the market on 7th. It's not a food pantry. It's not a food bank. It is, please take up to this number of items. You have goals. So real educational environment. It's set up like a grocery store, but it's really been so busy, it's led us to kind of next steps.
Yeah, I love how intentional you are with that. And what are the next steps?
Yeah, so the space that we're currently in, we are just bursting at the seams. And we made, as part of our last strategic plan that rolled into this new strategic plan, have made the decision that back in August, we closed down our clothing bank. It doesn't mean we don't do clothing anymore. We just do it as a social determinant of health with crisis as a focus, and individuals are interviewed through a process. But what that allowed us to do was open up that square footage to then expand our market into a new space, about doubling the size. It's a beautiful warehouse, hardwood floors. We're repainting, just really giving it a facelift. We had to cut a hole in a wall, close off a hole in the wall. And but the space that we're currently in will now become the community connection space, where our guests will wait inside instead of being outside in the elements.
Awesome.
And in a place where our community partners who can come in, instead of just having one there, we can have multiples. And those community partners are individuals that are really connecting our guests to resources, whether it be medical assistance, Medicare, SNAP benefits, which is food stamps. It could be federally qualified healthcare facilities. So we're really trying to bring resources to our guests, meet them where they are, and then connect them so that they may just come for food, but they leave with really relationships and resources that can really impact their life.
I love that. How can our listeners pray? How can our listeners be a part of what you're doing?
Yeah, so we say, hey, how do you get involved? We always say give, go, pray. Mm-hmm. Give is, obviously we're a nonprofit, so this is the season of giving. Our go is get out and volunteer. We need volunteers, whether it's sleeping overnight in our shelter, whether it's coming in to stock shelves or being forward-facing with guests. And the last thing is pray. That costs nothing, so we do ask folks to keep us on their prayer list, and those could be specific prayers or just general prayers for us. But that's a big part of us.
What's your website so people can get more information?
Yeah, www.lccm.us.
And you have an event coming up, I know. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, our annual benefit dinner is coming up November 21st. That's right around the corner.
Not far at all.
It's not far at all.
No, we'll talk more about that and give you more information. In the meantime, lccm.us. Today, our very special guest, Bryan Smith, Executive Director of Lebanon County Christian Ministries. Good morning again, Bryan.
Good morning again.
Do you have any great stories about how God has worked through Lebanon County Christian Ministries you can share with us?
Yeah, so our Uplift program is a life change program where we walk alongside of families for 9 months at a minimum. They meet with us every 2 weeks with one of our life coaches. And I think that one of the things that's really stood out to us is the impact of the cost burden that exists in raising a family. And we received a grant from a local agency that has allowed us to fund diapers, wipes, and formula for families that are in our Uplift program. And, we we look at that, diapers have increased by 48% on the backside of COVID.
Wow.
Formula went from 35 cents an ounce to $1.15 per ounce. So big deal stuff for families. And we met with this couple and said, hey, what's the one thing that's really impacted you? And they've done a ton of work. The number one thing they said is the ability for you to fund diapers, wipes, and formula, because it meets the basic need of their kiddos, right? And this is really what our ministry is about, is how do we address meeting the basic needs of our individuals so that they can then begin to work on other parts of their life. So to watch them grow and blossom and if you're a data nerd like I am, on the backside, it's measurable. Like we're seeing the growth.
You're
in these
seeing
families,
the difference.
And and I think it's important for yes, we're feeding people that are hungry immediately at our new meal, but there's a whole nother group of individuals that we want to engage with that are living in that ALICE, asset limited income constrained but employed, what we would have referred to as working poor, and just growing them to the next level so that we can eliminate this generational challenges.
I love that. We talked earlier about how our folks can support you through prayer, volunteering, giving, and I understand you have an event coming up here in November that folks could come out to and find out more about what you're doing.
Yeah, so annually we do our benefit dinner. It's at Lebanon Free Church out in Jonestown. Tickets are available on our website at lccm.us. Tickets are going fast. Our speaker this year is Marie Monville. She's a speaker of hope and inspiration and really, really powerful. She is from Lancaster County, was a widow of the Nickel Mine school shooter, and man, she's just got a powerful message. So we're going to tie in a little bit of what we do, right? Because that's what my job is, to make sure that we're doing that. It is a fundraising event for us, but we're really, really excited about where we're at with it.
Yeah. How about end of the year giving? Is that something you guys focus on?
Yeah. I mean, a gross majority of our budget comes from end of year, and our end of year guide is going out. And I wrote a letter in there to our givers, and I understand that this is a tax benefit to giving. I get it. Most of our folks don't give 100% for tax benefit. They give for really giving to our community. And we appreciate that. We understand that. But, the gift guide is out virtually and will be mailed to homes that are regular donors. That actually walks through where you can actually invest and know where you're investing. So $100 buys this and $150 buys this. And that's how we're able to really provide services to our community.
And looking ahead to the spring, you have an event coming up.
Yeah, we're always doing something. So the Lent breakfast will be in March. And I guess that'll be here before we know it. We're really excited. Patty Donnelly, who's our current sitting board chair and is the CEO of Good Samaritan Hospital with WellSpan Health System. She's a Lebanon native. She's an incredible giver in our community of her time and just her energy and her leadership. And she's going to speak this year. So I would say, come get some eggs and put your seatbelt on, because it'll be a great time.
And where is that one going to be?
That one's going to be at South Lebanon Community Church.
And what's the date? Do you remember?
That's a really great question.
It's coming up in March.
It's coming up in March.
How's that?
It's March 9th, right?
Yeah, there you go. It's at the website. Check it out. You can find out all about the upcoming benefit dinner, the Lenten breakfast, the year-end giving campaign. It's all at lccm.us. Bryan, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Loved having you. Back to the music we go. Here's Need to Breathe, Testify. WJTL. Happy Tuesday.